Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 4th through the 10th. This is for Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up for Aquarius Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we're going to just be open to whatever's coming in. You might stumble upon this video after the time frame I mentioned. That's fine. You found it whenever you were meant to hear the messages. Keep in mind it's a general reading. Not every single message will resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. If you like the cards that I'm using in this week's forecast, I just want to let you all know, those of you who sign up for the June 18th Intuitive Tarot Workshop that I'm teaching in Phoenix, you guys are each going to get your very own box to keep. I really like this deck because I think that this is a great deck to work with the pictures, which is one of the things that we do when we read intuitively. So we have the Knight of Cups here, and the Knight of Cups is a card that a lot of the times in tarot gets typecast because a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance. And so we see the Knight of Cups and we're like, oh, boo, player, Romeo, oh, boo, ick. And don't get me wrong, the Knight of Cups can mean that sometimes. It definitely can mean that sometimes. Okay? Now, that's not always what it means. Even in a love reading, that's not always what it means. It depends on the other cards that are coming up around it, and it depends on the energy. So if a reader is an intuitive person, they're going to tap into that energy. In the weekly forecasts, we look outside of love and romance. The love readings for April are linked in the description of the video, and the weekly forecast, we're going to look at Knight of Cups in a broader way. One of the meanings of Knight of Cups is the pursuit of happiness, inspiration, adventure, wonder. Knight of Cups is the pursuit of things that makes the heart smile. So sometimes the Knight of Cups can come up to tell us that we need to have that joy in our heart, or we need to make time to pursue the things that make us feel that joy. Knight of Cups, sometimes for me in my readings, can come up when somebody's been blocked a long time. You've been blocked in receiving, and that block in receiving is finally being lifted. It's finally being removed, and you're opening up to receive. And if you are one of those Aquarius where you just have felt for a long time you can't catch a break, or for a long time you've been struggling, especially when it comes to material things, you might all of a sudden start to notice beauty all around you that you didn't notice before. You're coming back into your heart space, you're coming back into your body, you're becoming more grounded, you're becoming more alert and more aware of your surroundings. So you may be like, I never noticed how beautiful that color was. I never noticed how beautiful the traffic lights are on the bus ride home. I never noticed how beautiful those little blades of grass are. Little blades of grass, that's a tongue twister, growing out of the cracks in the sidewalk. You might to feel inspired and start to see beauty all around you. That's one of the first ways that we open up to receive. And so some of you are opening up to receive, and you're beginning to see beauty all around you all of a sudden. I'm hearing the song, is it Louis Armstrong, What a Wonderful World, right? So it's this sense of you're opening up to receive, and you're beginning to see beauty around you that you've been missing this whole time. Okay? But the Knight of Cups is the pursuit of adventure, the pursuit of beauty, the pursuit of happiness. And so maybe some of you are feeling like you want to make some changes in your life, and you're wanting to do something more creative. This is especially important to pay attention to the guidance if you've been praying or trying to manifest intuition or better intuition. What a lot of people don't realize is creativity and intuition go hand in hand. People who create, whether they're drawing or writing or sculpting or writing music, people who create, it's a form of channeling. They're taking something out in the universe, they're picking up on that vibe, and they're bringing it into physical form. Creativity is a form of channeling. It's a form of intuition. It's a type of meditation. And so some of you are like, I really want to be more intuitive, but you're like, oh, I keep wanting to paint or write or draw. I don't have time for that. I have to meditate. No, no, no. That's a part of it. There's a reason why you're feeling drawn to do that or guided to do that. Okay? Now, the next card that's coming up for you all is the Three of Cups. Again, I know a lot of people, I have to laugh. I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, and Three of Cups gets typecast as engagement, right? And that can be happening for some of you. Some of you may have a new love coming in. That's going to end up becoming an engagement for you. That could be happening. Or you're dealing with what you're taught is the Knight of Cups, and you're feeling discouraged, and the Three of Cups is saying don't be discouraged. There's engagement in the cards for you. That could be a reassurance for some of you. If you are looking for love readings, check out the April love readings in the description. Now, as I said, we're going to look at the cards outside of love and romance in the weekly forecasts. And the Three of Cups can be good news, celebration, finding your community of like-minded people, finding your soul tribe. And so some of you are longing for this, and you're saying, how do I find my people? This is your answer. Knight of Cups is going to the Three of Cups. Knight of Cups is on its little adventure, and it's stumbling upon this little group of ladies here, right? So pursuing the things that bring your heart joy are going to align you with your group, with your people, with your tribe. And in that tribe we find our significant soulmates. So I know that last week there was, in a lot of the weekly forecasts, it kept coming up to make your decisions based on your beliefs, your ethics, your morals, and that's going to align you with the right people. Now, I'm hearing the word heathen, okay? So maybe some of you Aquarius saw that and you felt discouraged. You were like, well, I'm not a religious person, or I believe anything goes, or I don't care what people do, or I don't really have a whole lot of priorities. I'm just an anything goes kind of person. I'm a heathen, right? I wouldn't call you a heathen. If you want to call yourself a heathen, that's fine. Maybe my view of a heathen and your view of a heathen might be different. But if that's the case, if you're somebody where you're like, oh, I don't believe in priorities, or I think principles is like a weird way to see the world, or a weird way to live your life. So how am I supposed to find my soul tribe or my soul family if I don't have really set beliefs like that? By following the things that bring you joy. You don't realize it, but you do have principles. You do have priorities. You do have certain things that you value more than other things. So whatever your values are, they don't have to be religious values, but as you're pursuing the things that you value, that give you joy, that give you inspiration, it's aligning you with your tribe and your group of people. Okay? The next card that's coming up here is the Nine of Swords. And that's not surprising, because there's this shift, there's this change, there's this quest, there's this coming into a new sense of like coming into a new circle. And so these are changes. These are significant changes. And these are changes that have to do with our happiness, right? The cups are our emotions, our heart center, our heart space. Anytime we're making changes, the negative ego flips out, because the negative ego hates change. So now we start thinking of all of the things that might go wrong. Now we start worrying about all of the ways that it's not going to work out. Negative ego loves to do that when we're on a new path or on new ways. We can use this to our advantage, however, right? As the scary thoughts start coming up, oh my gosh, this is going to go wrong. What if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? Okay, all right. Thank you, negative ego, for bringing this to my attention. This is a possible scenario. What steps can I take to prevent these things from happening? Like, what are some steps that I can take to ensure success and to avoid that kind of a problem? And plan B here, what are some things that I can do? What are some safety nets that I can put into place as a backup plan in case these things do go wrong or these things do happen? That way we can feel a little bit more prepared and we can feel a little bit more in control. Now, for what we can't control, what's not in our hands, that's what we have to take up in prayer. And that's what we have to hand over to God, to universe, and to just basically say, dear God, here's all of the things that I'm terrified might go wrong in this situation. These are all of the things I'm scared that might happen. Here's everything that I'm doing to keep it from happening. If there's anything else that I can do that I'm not seeing, help me to see it. Guide me to take those steps. And if it's in the best and highest good for all involved, please keep these things from happening. But if for some reason they must happen, please help me through them as quickly and as painlessly as possible. Please guide me and direct me through it. So the Nine of Swords is asking ourselves, what is in our power? What can we control? What can we surrender? And that's it. We just do our best and we move on. But we don't want to obsess on the fear, because then we start to manifest or call into our life the thing that we don't want. So with the Nine of Swords, there could also be an element of insomnia, of losing sleep. And we want to try to get sleep, okay? Because it's really hard to function. It's really hard to make good decisions when we're tired. And when we're tired, we're extra emotional. And when we're extra emotional, it's difficult to think clearly. So sleep is going to be important for Aquarius. Make sure that you're making time for that. Maybe a nice hot bath before bed to unwind or relax you. Maybe some aromatherapy, maybe some music, maybe some cord cutting, maybe bed sheets and pajamas that feel good on the skin. Anything that you can do to unwind and relax. Rest and sleep is going to be very important for Aquarius this week. The next card that's coming up for you all is the Strength card. Now, this also came up for Scorpio as their final card for the week. So some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio or working something out with a Scorpio. Or if you have a Scorpio placement, maybe you need to watch the Scorpio video this week. Speaking of placements, the Strength card is representative of Leo energy. Okay, so it's the card for Leo. So some of you could be dealing with a Leo, and being that this is a major arcana, it could be a significant soul contract or significant work that you have with this person. If you have a Leo placement, there can be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. This is a major arcana card, so this is energy that's going to be around for a while. And this is obviously strength, commitment, loyalty, kind of going out into the unknown and conquering the wild. It's success. It's a very powerful card. And so because we have this soul tribe energy, I feel, Aquarius, that a lot of you are beginning to align with the kind of energy where you have people who have your back, people who believe in you, people who have your back, people who are going to be loyal. But you first have to learn to be loyal to yourself, because the relationships we have with other people are a mirror of the relationship that we have with ourselves. Okay? So if you're always putting what you need and what you want on the back burner, people are going to get used to that. And you're going to find yourself in relationships where you're always putting things aside and being accommodating for others. And that's not what it is to be a spiritual person. It's not to completely surrender ourselves entirely and be a doormat. And so a lot of you, Aquarius, are realizing that you're going to hold fast to your dreams, your goals. And the more that you do, you find that you're beginning to attract more supportive and more loyal people into your life. You may want to check out your moon sign and your rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign and rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. There's a link in the description of the video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Don't forget to check out the daily messages that I've been posting. Love readings for April are in the description of the video, and the link to sign up for the workshop is in the description of the video as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week, my dears. Take care.